BoxingFitnessFactory.com. Today I'm going to go over a few things that maybe have come about during this week. I'm going to touch base on them briefly. When you're throwing a cross, make sure you don't open up your lead foot. A lot of people are throwing their cross and opening it up, but it causes you to go a little bit off balance, and you can't get as much power as if you have it like it's supposed to be standard. It's just the back foot to rotate. Make sure the front heel is on the ground, okay? Boom, and you rotate, it almost serves like a brake, so you can really rip the shoulder back and throw your punch straight. But if I go like this and open up, it causes me to fall off balance a little bit. Another thing people should work on is give different defensive looks. Don't always, whether you fight out of a conventional stance, where you fight out like, more of a peekaboo, more of a, or you fight out of a shell. Make sure you give an opponent different looks, even if you're just bluffing. Half of boxing is bluffing, making the guy think. If you just fight out one way defensively, it's much easier. Then people start developing ways and they're starting to develop their game plan to attack that. But if you're constantly switching up the way you're standing, you step back here, you're peeking down in here, then you come back here. All those different defensive styles have different points of attack. So if you're constantly changing it up, the offensive guy or your opponent has to constantly change up. Oh, well, it's open over here, it's open over here, depending on what stance he's in. So even if you're just bluffing, if you don't really know how to execute those defensive ways properly, get your hand out long one time, and bring it back in here and drop the shoulder. Do things to give them different looks to throw them off. Another thing people were doing, we're trying to keep people out of roll and come back with a cross, and I keep coming up with, well, I can't get any power on it from right here. First off, stop worrying about the power. Second of all, trust me, if you hit somebody coming out of that thing and you touch them without them expecting it, it's going to be plenty of power. Third of all, and most importantly all, who says you're going to land the punch? So let's execute the properness of the punch before we're worried about all this power and everything else. You got to land it first off. Which brings me back to another point, which I did in the other video when I talked about balance is the key. I don't care what you're doing, whether you're working the mitts or not. I always tell my people, they say, oh, well, your mitt was over here, so I reach for it. I don't care if you miss the mitt. I'd rather you miss the mitt and be on balance. So always stay on balance. So the thing I just want to go over is when you throw a cross, boom, make sure that foot doesn't open up as you throw it, okay? People are like skiing. They're moving their feet. Boy, it is weird. Put this foot right here, boom, only the back foot rotates. Boom, okay? Your left hand, the same thing. Just boom, rotate, boom. You can't open up, okay? Defensively, give people different looks. Some peeking in here, go down here. Whatever you got to do. It makes the opponent have to attack you in different ways. Lastly, stop worrying about how much power you're generating off a shot. Be able to be on balance and just land the shot. And once you get that, then you can start worrying about putting more power. But if you're on balance and you land the shot, and you're accurate, you're going to have plenty of power. Subscribe to me at Boxing Fit Factory on YouTube. The website's BoxingFitnessFactory.com.